Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Market Forecast, your daily dive into the ever-changing world of cryptocurrency. I'm your host, Jellyfishy, and today we've got a packed episode for you. We'll be talking about the latest market trends, what's driving these movements, and what could be coming up next. So, whether you're an investor, trader, or just a crypto enthusiast, stick around. There's a lot to unpack. All right, let's kick things off with a quick look at the market weather forecast, if you will. Over the next 24 hours, we're seeing some drizzle hanging over big names like Bitcoin, Binance Coin, and Dogecoin. That signals a slightly bearish trend. Prices could be dipping a bit here. On the flip side, we got sunshine coming through for Ether, Cardano, and Avalanche. These assets are forecast to see a bit of a rally in the short term, which is great news for those holding these coins. Now, interestingly enough, Litecoin's forecast isn't looking too hot, with some stormy winds ahead. Looks like a stronger bearish trend for Litecoin, so if you're a Litecoin holder, it might be time to think about your next steps. Looking ahead at the one-week horizon, Bitcoin and Cardano are expected to ride that sunshine further, along with Uniswap. Meanwhile, Dogecoin and Avalanche might still face some drizzle. Those two aren't out of the woods yet in terms of weak performance. So, what's driving this movement? Well, cryptocurrencies took a pretty sharp drop recently, and this is largely tracking what's happening in traditional financial markets. U.S. stocks have taken a beating, with Bitcoin dipping alongside them. In fact, Bitcoin recently hit $67,400, but it had traded as low as $65,270 within the past 24 hours. So why the drop? It's all about inflation concerns and rising U.S. bond yields. Investors are on edge right now, and that's filtering into the crypto market. Everyone's waiting on next week's U.S. job data. That's expected to give us a clearer picture of the economy's health and could either push markets further down or, if the data is positive, it could give a boost to both stocks and crypto. Now, here's the interesting part. Markets often move in the opposite direction of the crowd's expectations. Right now, we're seeing a lot of bearish narratives. People are starting to sell off, anticipating more drops. But as analysts from Sandyman have pointed out, this can actually lead to rewarding results for those willing to go against the grain, so if you're thinking about making moves, this might be a good time to evaluate whether you want to follow the herd or take a contrarian approach. But it's not all doom and gloom. Firms like QCP Capital are still optimistic, especially about Bitcoin and Ether. They believe these two are well supported and could even see some upside as we head into next week's economic data release and the upcoming U.S. elections. So, that's something to keep in mind as you plan your trades. Now, let's talk institutional investments for a second. Did you know that institutions are holding a fifth of all Bitcoin through spot Bitcoin ETFs? Yep. Regulatory filings show that over 1,200 institutions have invested in these ETFs, which are worth a massive $5 billion. We're talking big names here. Goldman Sachs, Millennium Management, and Jane Street, just to name a few. And the trading volume? It's still hot, over $1.5 billion just on Wednesday alone, with BlackRock's ETF accounting for almost two-thirds of that. This level of institutional investment shows that there's still a lot of confidence in the long-term potential of Bitcoin, despite the recent dips. All right, shifting gears for a moment, Binance Coin saw a little bump, about 0.9% after some interesting news out of Nigeria. Charges against Binance executive Tigran Gambaryan were dropped after he'd been held in jail for 240 days. Intense diplomatic pressure and his poor health contributed to his release, and it seems the market reacted positively to this news, giving Binance Coin a bit of a lift. Last but not least, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse made headlines by predicting that XRP ETFs are inevitable. Yep, you heard that right. XRP could soon have its own ETFs, with asset managers like Canary Capital and Bitwise already filing applications with the SEC. That's another potential boost for the crypto market down the road. So, to wrap things up, we've got a mixed bag of news for today. The short-term forecast is a bit bearish for some, but there are pockets of optimism. especially around Ether, Cardano, and institutional Bitcoin investments. Keep an eye on next week's U.S. job data. That's going to be a major market mover. Thanks for tuning in to today's crypto market forecast. As always, stay informed, stay sharp, and I'll see you next time for more updates on the wild world of crypto. Take care.